What up, nerds? Welcome to the latest episode of Movies and Shows with Comics and Pops, aka Alonzo from Team Nerd Herd. And we are going to review Titans. So let's get started with the comic books. Now, there's two books or two runs or volumes that I want you guys to kind of look at, and it heavily influences the Titans show. So we'll get started with the most current one. So please stay away from Rebirth and also the New 52. Don't read it. They're horrible. But you should read or should pick up the Teen Titans Volume Number 3 by Jeff Johns and Mike McCown. That particular run is really good and heavily influences the Titans TV show. And it probably has to do with Jeff Johns being the executive producer or one of the producers on that show. But if you look at the comic and read it, you'll notice that the older or the original members of the Teen Titans, like Nightwing, Donna Troy, Flash, Starfire, they play more of a mentor to the younger cast, which included Beast Boy, Raven, Ravager, which was introduced in Jeff Johns' run. And you got to read it. It's fantastic. And also, you have a lot of their interactions. And I really, really liked it. I liked where Titans, the show was going with all of that, as you had these heroes that the younger cast could look up to. So that was really good. And again, with that Teen Titans run by Jeff Johns, it has a lot of that and plays into it a lot. And if you kind of like that mentorship, having these sidekicks kind of mentor these other sidekicks, that would be the way to go. And again, interactions were spot on in that Johns run. But if you're looking at the ultimate Teen Titans run, it would have to be the New Teen Titans by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Now, that is the defining run of every single character of the Titans. No matter how many iterations they have, that particular run is iconic. You had Marv Wolfman and George Perez. You had Perez drawing, and his artwork was phenomenal. So many details, so many characters that he would just fit into one panel. It's amazing. Artists don't do that right now. And then Wolfman's writing, again, it was just like spot on with every single character. They introduced so much, and all of the stories that they had were very mature stories. They were really geared towards adults, even though children were reading it. I mean, it played both ways. You had Tara, you had Deathstroke, Jericho. You had so many characters that were introduced that are still around today from this particular run. And again, it's the new Teen Titans. Again, you need to pick it up. Omnibuses, graphic novels. This is the one that I would look for because iconic is, I mean, that's all I can use to describe it. It just defined all the characters, even to today. And then let me just add, because I got a lot of questions and I'll tell you why later. Hawk and Dove did join the Teen Titans back in the 70s. So they were members, not for very long, but again, they were members of the Teen Titans. They didn't play a huge role in either of those runs, but they made appearances here and there. So I guess that kind of makes them official members, I guess. But again, they had just a wealth of characters to use. I have no idea why Titans used Hawk and Dove, but that's a lead-in to the review of Titans. So let's go there. The show itself was really good, really grounded. I like the fact that there was a lot of street fighting. It reminded me a lot of like Daredevil on Netflix. I really enjoyed it. The martial arts, the fighting was fantastic. I'm very glad that they got a lot of the characters that were very athletic. And again, that had to do with getting Dick Grayson on the show, Hawk and Dove, Donna Troy. I mean, you saw a lot of the athleticism on that show because of those particular characters. The only thing I didn't like had to do with a couple things. One, the coupling of Hawk and Dove. I thought it was bad. They didn't have a lot of chemistry. to begin with, and it felt like they really shouldn't belong together. I thought that the pairing of Dove with Dick Grayson would have worked a lot better. It seemed like they had a little bit more chemistry than Hawk and Dove when we see them later on in the show. Also, one of the things I didn't like was Beast Boy, and I like the character itself. I like the portrayal of the character. I just didn't like the fact that he could only turn into a tiger, and that was it. Beast Boy in the comic books could turn into any sort of beast, whether it was alien or here on Earth. He could just transform, and I really miss that. And I thought it would be so much fun to see that in the book, or excuse me, in the show. That they kind of missed out on that, and I hope things change as they announced season 3 is a go. So I'm hoping that does change. I hope they get a bigger budget to include a lot of that, and I think that's probably why he can only transform into a tiger. But again, I enjoyed it. My brother, who just didn't want to see Titans because the trailers looked so bad, and he couldn't get over the fact that it was really dark. I saw the show. I recommended he should watch it, and he fell in love with it like 2 to 3 episodes in and really enjoyed it. He got over the fact that there wasn't a lot of special effects. Some of the characters were a little off. And again, if you've read the comic books, you kind of know, but I'm not going to spoil it. Again, read the comic books and then you'll kind of see it. Hopefully, again, with that bigger budget for season 3, like Starfire will have her full like power set. And also the same thing with, again, Donna Troy. I'm not going to spoil it, but hopefully everything will be okay in season 3. But again, I felt with season 2, they were kind of losing money. So a lot of the special effects kind of tapered off. And that was indicative of Starfire kind of losing her power, which is very, very weird. Again, that's something that might come up in season 3. They alluded to it a little bit in season 2, but again, we'll see. But I am looking forward to season 3. Blackfire is going to be there, and she's going to look terrific. If you've already seen some of the pictures that they have online, it's going to be great. Same thing with Red Hood. So the Red Hood's going to be there. So again, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to more Ravager. Hopefully they separate Ravager from Jericho. And again, watch the show and you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's very, very good. So I want to see what they do when they go there. So overall, comic book, it's amazing. I love it. I'm a huge fan of Titans. I'm a huge fan again of Marv Wolfman, George Perez, and also the Jeff Johns run. Again, I cannot say enough about it. Please pick that up at your LCS or Amazon or wherever books are sold. You need to get it. It's a great read. And also the Titans. Get on HBO Max or DC Universe. Just binge it. Catch a couple episodes here and there. You'll enjoy it. Great action, a good story. And again, a lot of the characters, they did it right. And I think it has a lot to do with Jeff Johns' influence. So it's all I have for today, but do me a favor, leave a comment. I would love to know what you guys thought of both the comic book and also the TV show. I mean, am I on point or am I not? I mean, I'd love to hear it. I'll definitely reply back. So don't forget, leave a comment. And as always, if you want to do it right, watch what you like.